he said he was so glad all of Pastor Warren's puppets were back home again that he would soon go see them this morning. So we're going to do something a little different. I'm going to draw a picture, but I'm going to need some help from all of you. So let me just grab a pen here. My magic box full of pens. Okay, does anybody know? I'm going to tell you a very strange word. Let's see if anybody knows what it is. Has anybody ever heard of, or does anybody know what a potentate is? That's a word you don't hear very often. You don't hear people today walking down the street saying, "Oh, look, there's a potentate." Or I'm going to the store and I'm going to buy me a brand new potentate. Or I'm driving a brand new 2015 potentate this year. A potentate is a king or a very important person, usually in a foreign government. A king or a president or a ruler. The word is used more often for people from governments over on the other side of the world. Now, let's say we wanted to draw a picture of a potentate, a great, big, important king. But think of not someone like maybe our president dressed in a business suit. Think of somebody, maybe in outer space, or somebody, the thing that comes to my mind is Jabba the Hutt. Anybody remember Jabba the Hutt from the Star Wars movies? Now, we don't have to make it a sloppy as Jabba the Hutt, but someone who's really big and important in a foreign government, and he wants people to know he's important. So he's sitting there on his throne. What does he look like? Any ideas? I'll get started, but I'm going to need your help. What might he have on his head? Crown? Big crown or little crown? He wants people to know he's a real big shot. Big crown, okay. What might you have in a crown to indicate that you're rich? What? Jewels? Yes, jewels. The richer you are, the more jewels you have. There we go. Now, he might have something in his hand that is a symbol of power. It's a certain type of stick. It's called a scepter. It's usually made out of gold. And basically, whoever holds that stick is the one who has the power. Now, do you think that he would be a skinny little guy or a big fat guy? I'm seeing some smiles, but I'm not hearing the answers. I just heard a peanut gallery back there.
Here's a brown head, he's got to be fat. Fat pole.
The reason why we want to show our potentate is kind of fat is we're very lucky here in modern America that for many of us we have enough to eat. But for many countries there wasn't always enough to eat. So the way you could tell if someone was rich is they were kind of fat. That said that they had plenty of food and pretty much all the time. We'll put his throne in a minute. But now what we want to do with his other hand is you couldn't just walk in and say, that great big palm branch and would be going like this very slowly. I never understood that. I would think if it was hot, you wanted to go like this with the palm branch and make it ease. But see, all of it was for show, so that anybody who came into his throne room would see I'm an important guy. So you get maybe a real pretty lady or maybe a great big guy off the football team with a great big branch and you'd be very slowly, oh, get the breeze, oh king, oh, feel cool, oh king. And then over on this side, let's say the king wanted a snack. Now he wouldn't just send someone out to get him some potato chips out of the machine. No, he had to show he was important. So what might this person be doing? Hint. They have a bowl of something. Any guesses? You guys don't watch enough old movies. The bowl would be full of fruit, of grapes and other small bite-sized fruit. Because when the king wanted a snack, he wouldn't just say, hey, great person, bring the grapes over here. Let's see which. Oh, a cherry one. Yum, yum. He would not even do the feeding. He would have this person come over, usually a very pretty lady, or maybe a great big guy from the football team. Oh, are you hungry, oh king? Have a grape. Have another grape. And what that said to people was, I'm so important that I don't even have to feed myself. I got one of my little servants to do that. So I just sit here, and the one here does the thing with the branch, the other one here puts grapes in my mouth, so I'm important and you're not. Now what's that you have to say to me? You want me to lower your taxes? I don't think so. Goodbye. And so it can be kind of scary, but if you got them on their side, it would do you a lot of good. Now why in the world do you think I would draw a picture of a potentate today? Who do we have as king over us today? Jesus. Does anybody think of this guy when they think of Jesus? You don't think of a big guy sitting on a throne, big fat guy, having servants do all his work for him. You don't think of him saying, you can't come to me unless I give you the sign. You can come. We all can come, and we can come anytime. And did Jesus have people do everything for him, or did he do things for others? If somebody was hungry, Jesus would be feeding them instead of them coming. He was kind of a backwards king. Instead of showing people how important and strong he was by letting everyone serve him, he came as a servant and he served others. But we sometimes still think of him like this big guy when we think of appearing before him after we die and go to be with him. And not so much those of us that have been taught differently, but a lot of people who don't know God very well, Jesus' Father, they expect that he's going to be like this big God. So they have all these plans how they're going to get on his good side, so that maybe he'll be nice to him. Because if not, 3, 5, 4, 5, I'm angry king. But if they got on his good side, he'll say, I like you. You can come in. I like you. Well, the good news is, God is not like this guy. And that's what we're going to talk about in our episode. So what we need to do, when we think of God, we need to take out our little eraser and erase this guy from our mind and replace him with what the Bible tells us God is really like. Oh, I hope you like this one. And maybe next time I preach, Artie the Soft will be back. Maybe I won't be back. But I think we'll all come. You can go back to your seats.